Two children, same classroom, same teacher, same test. Child A gets a difficult problem wrong. They put down their pencil. They slump in their chair. They say, I am just not good at this. While child B gets the same problem wrong, they lean forward. They say, I haven't figured this out yet. 20 years later, those two children live completely different lives. Not because of talent, not because of intelligence, because of one word, yet. Stay with me, because what the science reveals about that one word will change the way you see every failure you have ever had. Subscribe to this channel because every Monday and Thursday we bring you the science and the stories that actually change lives. Like this video, share it with a parent, a teacher, or anyone raising or mentoring young people. This one matters. Let's go. I'm Dr. TJ, a Harvard fellowship trained surgeon and a distinguished Toastmaster, the highest honor in Toastmasters International, earned by less than 1% of members worldwide. And everything I'm about to share with you comes from decades of real-world experience at the highest levels. In the 1990s, a psychologist at Stanford University began asking a simple question: why do some people thrive when challenged, while others collapse? She studied thousands of students across decades. She gave them problems that were slightly beyond their current ability, and she watched what happened. Some students attacked the problems with excitement. They said things like, I love a challenge. This is hard. That means it is interesting. Others became anxious and withdrawn. They said things like, I am not smart enough for this. I give up. The difference was not IQ. The difference was not background or education or opportunity. The difference was a belief about whether their abilities were fixed or whether they could grow. She called this the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset. And what she discovered next changed education, sport, business, and our entire understanding of human potential. Her name is Carol Dweck, and her research is the most practically important psychology you will ever encounter. Here is what the fixed mindset does to a human life. The person with a fixed mindset believes their intelligence, talent, and abilities are static. They were born with a certain amount, and that is what they have. This belief, which most people hold without ever examining it, creates a catastrophic chain reaction. Because if your abilities are fixed, then failure is not a learning opportunity. Failure is evidence. Evidence that you are not smart enough, not talented enough, not enough. And so the fixed mindset person begins to avoid challenges. They stop trying hard things. They give up quickly when they struggle. They feel threatened by the success of others. And gradually, imperceptibly, they shrink. They play smaller and smaller games until the life they are living bears no resemblance to the life they were capable of. This is not rare. Dweck's research suggests that a significant proportion of people, adults and children, operate primarily from a fixed mindset, especially in the areas that matter most to them, the areas where failure feels most dangerous, where the stakes feel highest, where the fear of being exposed as not enough is most acute. But here is what Dweck's research also proved. The mindset can be changed. The brain, as neuroscience has confirmed, is neuroplastic. It literally rewires itself in response to new experiences and new beliefs. And the shift from fixed to growth mindset does not require years of therapy. It requires one thing: awareness, followed by a new response. Dweck identified 4 specific shifts that move a person from fixed to growth mindset. Shift 1. Learn to hear the fixed mindset voice, that internal narrator that says you are not smart enough, you'll embarrass yourself, don't try. Name it, recognize it. It is not the truth, it is a habit. Shift 2. Recognize that you have a choice. When the fixed mindset voice speaks, you do not have to obey it. You can choose a different response. Shift 3. Talk back to it with a growth mindset voice. Not yet. Instead of never. I can learn this. Instead of I can't do this. This is going to take effort. Instead of I should already know this. Shift 4. Take the growth mindset action, the action that the fixed mindset was preventing. Apply for the position. Start the project. Have the conversation. Take the class. Dweck's research showed that students taught about neuroplasticity, taught that their brain could grow and change, showed immediate improvements in motivation and achievement. Not because they became smarter overnight, because they stopped treating their current ability as their ceiling. The ceiling was never there. It was a belief. And beliefs, unlike talent, can be changed. Starting today, starting with one word: yet. Here are 3 quotations. The first: in a growth mindset, challenges are exciting rather than threatening. So rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to reveal my weaknesses, you say, wow, here's a chance to grow. End quote, Carol Dweck and Growth Mindset Science. Second quotation: becoming is better than being. Carol Dweck and Growth Mindset Science. The third and last quotation: no matter what your ability is, effort is what ignites that ability and turns it into accomplishment. End quote, Carol Dweck and Growth Mindset Science. Carol Dweck spent decades proving one thing: your abilities are not fixed. Your brain is not finished. You are not done becoming. Here is your challenge, and it starts in the next 24 hours. Find one area of your life where you have been saying, I can't. Just one, and change 2 letters. I can't do this becomes I can't do this yet. Write it down. Say it out loud. And then take one action toward the thing you said you couldn't do. One step, one attempt, one beginning. Because the brain that you have today is not the brain you will have if you start. Start. Share this with a parent, a teacher, or anyone who works with young people. The growth mindset is one of the most important gifts you can give a child or yourself. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and come back Thursday for one of the greatest comeback stories ever told.
You are unstoppable.